Assistant General Secretary at the Unite and one of the organizers of the Time Has Come campaign, Tony Burke. Thanks for joining us today.
Very pleased to be with you.
Thank you. So my first question is, what do you understand or what do you think about the role of Mr. Öcalan in the struggle for peace and freedom for the Kurds?
Well, I believe he is the singularly most important person in the Middle East who can actually bring about a solution to this situation. When we, from the trade unions in Britain, along with legal advisors, visited a number of comrades and colleagues in Kurdistan, we learned how important he actually is to the whole process. And of course, as a result of that, we were able to produce a book which was widely circulated in the British trade union movement, setting out why he should be free and his ideas to bring around a solution to the problem. So we think he's vitally important. And of course, that we've been working hard, and we'll talk about this as well during this interview, to be able to build support for him in the British trade union movement. So he is a very important person. We see him as being as important to solving the problem as Nelson Mandela was in South Africa.
Mr. Öcalan is under isolation last 21 years now, and he's not been meet his basic human rights. Also, according to new policy of Turkish government, he will not be able to see his lawyers for next 6 months and not be able to make any phone calls. What is Turkish state aimed by isolating Mr. Abdullah Öcalan?
This is barbarism. This sort of behavior, in our view, takes us back to a totally different era. The denial of his human rights is frankly appalling. I think that if this was happening in other countries, there would be an outcry. I don't know what it is, but I believe that the case, particularly in Kurdistan and Turkey, is one where people don't necessarily understand it and maybe sometimes don't want to understand it. But the situation is that the government in Turkey are deliberately isolating him, and that must be destroying his mental health. I think he's a very, very strong person to be able to withstand this. But the only way that we'll be able to help and bring this to an end, this barbaric activity by the government in Turkey, is through pressure from the European Union. And that's going to be built up from the trade unions and political parties.
The time has come, freedom for Öcalan. The campaign is supported mostly by the unions in the UK. So is there any connections with the European unions? Is there any plan to make them involved as well?
Yes, well, this is what we're doing. I mean, we were, when the UK unions came back, we produced that the booklet that has been widely circulated, and we've used every possible avenue open to Unite, the country's biggest union, to put forward the case. And we've done that through our European federations, IndustriALL and UNI and the other trade union federations, the European TUC. And of course, in Great Britain, our own TUC supports the campaign, as do other unions. We will continue to make the case at every opportunity to highlight what is going on in the region and the need to free Öcalan. So what we're going to do is going to try to make sure that we put as much effort in to getting support from European and other unions throughout the world. Our comrades in the United Steelworkers in America are supportive, and other unions in North America, the Steelworkers and the Miners Union in Mexico. Very, very helpful. But we need to spread the message a bit further if we possibly can. The other thing we can do is in the media. We've got to keep this in the media. In the UK, we have regular social media coverage of Ocalan, and we have coverage in the left-wing press as well.
Thank you. What is your call and solidarity message to communities about Freedom for Ocalan and the Time Has Come campaign?
Well, the message is that we need everybody to get behind the campaign. First of all, to be educated about the campaign, and also to be educated about Ocalan and his incarceration, and the way that he has put up a tremendous fight for his own people. And we need to get as many people behind that as we possibly can. And so this new campaign is very important. And we'll be working with the trade union movement in the UK, wherever we can, and the Labour Party and the TUC to highlight the campaign. So the message is we need all trade unions in the UK to support us. We need trade unions in Europe and throughout the world to support us, and political parties as well. And we're going to continue to do that. You know, in Unite, we've produced, as I say, a book which was widely circulated. We've also just produced this information pack. But the unions in Great Britain, the TUC, Unite, the GMB, the Shop Workers Union, the Railway Workers, the Fire Brigades, civil servants, communication workers, and education unions all support that campaign. That's very, very powerful. And we need to get this message out. We wish we could produce more if we can to get the message out to ordinary people. So we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that people know the case. This sets out the situation brilliantly, in our opinion, and we're very, very pleased to have been involved in it. So we want all the support that we can to get Ocalan out of this inhumane imprisonment on an island in the middle of the sea. This behavior on the part of Turkey is not acceptable in a civilized world.
Assistant General Secretary at the Unite and one of the organizers of the Time Has Come campaign, Tony Burke. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your comments today.
And thank you very much, and solidarity.
Thank you.